Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm going to move Elena around. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second live for today with Elena Anderson. And we want to thank you all for coming who are chatting. And I didn't mention this in the first one. If you're watching the replay, put a comment. We will circle back to them. It might take us a while, but we will circle back to them. Or if you have a comment after you're watching the replay, put it in the Facebook group under Elena's post or under the post of the person we're talking. They can go in the Facebook group and comment. If you're not in Facebook, let us know. Reach out. We're here to help you with any questions that you have. Just give us some time. The first day is a little busy. Give us some time, but we will get back to you. And if you have any issues, technical issues or anything like that, just let us know. We haven't been in the Facebook group recently, and Tracy's trying to catch up on our emails, but we will get back to you if you're having any issues with anything. So thank you for coming us for day 2. Before we get started, we just want to thank our sponsors for the day. Tracy, go ahead for our sponsors today.
Yes, Pear Blossom Press. I'm saying this kind of in short form in a sense, but they have a whole different types of lighting systems that you can light up your cards, add lights to your Christmas tree, lights to the house. I'm just thinking now, headlights, things like that. That's their big forte, I'll say. They also have some snap and slide mechanisms, so that way, have all your little, your happy birthday going around the card and stuff. And what I found too, thank you to Amanda this time, is that because we're the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, she's showing us also why not use these on our layouts, right?
Yeah. So she's our next live, I believe. She's our next live.
Yes,
we're going live with Amanda at some point in time today. So that, and we also have Jab Sid, who's one of our creative sponsors. So we have Jab will help you learn how to monetize if you want to. And we talked about this earlier. You got to be careful with copyright laws and what you're allowed to do with what you use and how you monetize that. So that's what her passion is to help people create she calls it craftpreneur business. So if you want to sell stuff on Etsy and really understand what you need to do and how to set that up. So Jab is in Australia. So she is one of our Australian sponsors.
And she's great.
She's great. Oh, there you go.
She's my friend.
And that's the cool part about this industry and where we are. Like we just talked to Belinda. She's in Berlin from South Africa. We have Elena here. Jab isn't able to do a live this time, but Jab is in Australia. And so that's the cool part about this, is bringing people all over. That's the cool part about technology. As a bit of a technology geek, is we get to come together with all of this stuff and do that. So without further ado, we are going to talk to Elena. And we have some easy questions for you just to start off with.
Okay.
And the easiest one is, where are you in the world?
I live in Denver, Colorado. And yes, I do live in Denver. People always ask me that. Are you in Denver or are you in a suburb? I am actually in the city of Denver. Although I'm very close to Aurora, I will confess.
I have to say, when I traveled a lot in the U.S. and I landed in Denver, it's one of those cities I thought I could live here. It's a beautiful city. It's kind of just a really neat place to stay and live. So are you from Denver originally? Or are you?
No, my husband is originally from Denver. We met in Chicago. I lived there for 7 years and he went to college there. And I was born in Minneapolis, and then I moved to Cleveland, and I lived in Cleveland all through high school and college. And then I moved to Chicago, and then we moved to Denver.
Okay. Very
cool.
Yeah.
Are you I know the answer, but just because not everybody knows you, are you a card maker, scrapbooker, general crafter, do everything? How would you categorize yourself?
Professionally, I'm a card maker. More than anything else, card maker, paper crafter. I design SVGs, so that's my main focus, and I do a lot of summit speaking. I do a lot of presentations at summits, and I have my own summit, which is called Card Making with SVGs Plus. And so card making is really my specialty at this point. I started out originally as a traditional card maker with stamps and dies and markers and all that fun stuff. And then during the pandemic, I had taken a break, and then I decided to come back, and I wanted to focus on SVGs, designing them. So I focused on that instead. And now I'm trying to kind of marry the two things. And I did a lot of kind of general Cricut and silhouette and scan and cut crafts for the first couple of years of my blog. And now I'm really kind of niching down to cards. and paper craft.
Excellent. And you said
Little scrapbooking. I dabble, but that's more like my hobby.
so. I love the fact that you said professionally, so not professionally.
Well, I mean, like it's my job, so I do it all the time, you know. And I get puts a lot of pressure for like your family, you know, every family member expects you to send like a handmade card for every event, and it's just like, I don't have time. But
that would be the cobbler's kids don't have shoes syndrome, right? You don't have time to do it, and when you're relaxing, it's not necessarily what you want to do. So,
right.
I'm going to ask, I just put this here because it popped up. Somebody is making your card as we talk. So there you go.
Yay.
How did you get into this? How did you get into paper crafting card making?
So I'm going to date myself here. Back in the 90s, I really, really loved the Carol Duvall show that was on HGTV. I don't know if anybody remembers that show, but she used to do crafts on the show, and she would bring on various guests, and Tim Holtz was a regular guest on there, and so he kind of got me interested in stamping. And then I also was a big scrapbooker like back in the 90s, and I just loved that show. I watched everything on it. I did all this stuff. Then when I moved to Denver, I was introduced to Stampin' Up. Like one of my coworkers took me to a Stampin' Up party, and I became obsessed. And I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator for a couple of years, not too long. And then I just started stamping and coloring and just doing all that stuff. I mean, I've been a crafter my whole life, but I just really loved that. So I've done that since, you know, the early, like 90s, really. But for like majorly as like a main hobby, probably since the early 2000s. And so then when I started my blog in 2016, because I was kind of like, oh, why don't I share this with people? And so that's how I started out doing traditional card making. And then I'm also like, I had a lot of jobs, and one of them was I was a web designer for a while. And so I'm very techie kind of. And so I really liked the idea of being able to design my own die cuts, because the things that I loved about like the die cutting world were the really expensive dies, you know, that were like the whole A2 size, you know, like $50 dies. And I was just like, there has got to be a cheaper way to do this. And I realized, well, if I designed SVGs and cut them on a machine, then I could, you know, it'd be much less expensive. And so that's kind of how I started out. Now I've had machines since, I don't know, 2004, 2005. So I've been using machines for a while, but it wasn't until the pandemic and I was on medical leave because I'm a type 1 diabetic and I would have a bad result at the time. So I just was like, I need to do something. I'm bored. What should I do? Oh, I'll start my blog again. And so then I was like, I'm going to learn how to make SVGs.
Very cool. Wow. What was your first cutting machine? Was it what brand?
It was a Silhouette Cameo. I had the original. And then I had a Cricut Expression, the one that with the cartridges. I was like obsessed with that for a while. Used to go every Black Friday. I would stand in line outside Michael's to get the like cartridges, new ones like on sale.
Obsession. You know you are obsessed when you do
that.
Excellent. Okay, before we get in questions, do you want to talk a little bit about your project that you did for the summit?
Sure. So here it is. It is my Santa slider card. So the wreath is a pull, and you pull it up, and so Santa's hat appears at the top, whereas his legs are in the fireplace below. It is a like sort of a dimensional card. It doesn't open, but you could put a photo on the back if you wanted to. You know, it's got foam tape that allows the slider mechanism to slide up and down.
You could definitely put that on a scrapbook.
Yeah. And it's got drawing as part of it with the 2 sentiments. And I included at least, I think I had a Happy Holidays instead of a Merry Christmas, if you're not into Merry Christmas. And then I had a bonus free envelope for it, that because it's kind of a weird size. It's like 4 1/4 by 6 and a little bit because of the tag and stuff. So I made an envelope for it, and it has a little stocking cut out on the flap.
Cut it out.
Fun idea.
Hey,
Excellent. It's cute. But you could put that on a scrapbooking page and have it pull up with it.
Sure. Yeah, and you could have like a photo on the tag if you wanted.
Yeah, you could do that.
And under maybe under his feet. I don't know.
I don't know. You could, if somebody dressed up as a Santa Claus, he could be
That's
the photo
true.
that you pull out. You could do that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You could have fun with that. Okay, first question, which I don't know if I can't remember. Elena, do you have a PDF for those of us who do not have an electronic cutting machine and would be getting one?
I can get you one if you want to email me. My email is Elena, so ELENA, at blacksheep303.com.
Mm-hmm. And if you
can also just email if ever you're like, oh my God, I didn't hear what you said. You can listen to it later, or just email me and I can forward the request to you, Elena.
And I will hopefully I'll have time right after this I'll put together a PNG of it. That's probably the easiest, and I'll stick it on the page with the envelope link.
Okay.
So anybody
that works.
That would be great. And if you can send it to us, we can throw it in the VIP area for them too.
Sure.
So that's because we do get that. People love the design and they just want to fussy cut it themselves. So PNG is fine for that. So excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
The other thing I learned the other day is, you know what? And I'm doing a presentation on AI. But what I learned now in AI, you might be able to upload the SVG and get it to create the PNG. It's getting smarter every day. So that's another option too. Hello, everybody. I'm going down now. I'm way behind on comments. I always am when I do this. Okay. We will catch up. Hello. Love the card. So you definitely have people who love your card.
Thanks. Thank you. I always have fun doing different stuff. This was kind of my first slider, so I thought it turned out pretty cute.
Cute. Now I'm a Santa fan, so anything with Santa is cute to me. Yeah. Okay.
So there's a question more general for you, Elena. Question: is the finer pointer Cricut pen not sold anymore?
Are you talking about the 0.03 millimeter? I'm guessing. And I honestly can't answer that question. I don't know. It's possible. I'm more of a joy extra person. So I have a maker, but I don't use it as often. So I haven't bought any new pens for anything in a while.
That's okay. You can't be an expert on everything. And it may be different per country too these days.
That is really, yeah.
Here's one. What's your favorite go-to tool?
Outside of my Joy Extra, you can kind of see my Joy Extra over here.
Outside of a cutting machine, let's challenge you a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's not really very glamorous, but my paper trimmer, that's the thing I probably use more than anything else. Probably even more than my Cricut or any of my cutting machines, really. Because I like doing card bases outside of the software, just because you kind of waste paper when you're having the machine cut it. I mean, you can do that, but I have all the card making stuff from traditional card making. So I've got a scoreboard and 2 paper trimmers, and I just cut them myself and score them and then have it that way. And it's easier and it saves some cardstock. So
that's a great tip, actually, really, because you're like you said, you're saving scar putts and you have it there. So why not do that? That's a great tip.
And anything that's just a plain rectangle, like the green or the blue, you can cut that with your cutting machine or your paper trimmer too.
Does that save you? I don't know this. This is going to be an answer. Does that help save the blade on the cutting machine because you're not cutting everything? I
would imagine it does, just because you're not cutting as much, Yeah.
So it does that, Marty. Elena, how many tiny parts in this one? Are you famous for tiny parts?
I am famous for tiny parts. There are a few. There aren't as many as some, as you know, Kelly. Some of these guys are tiny, but not as tiny as some of the stuff that I've done in the past. So, can't get too many complaints. Actually, I think people like my tiny parts. So,
well, hey, you got to be known for something, right? Yeah. You might as well be known for tiny
I'm very detailed. What can I say?
Has anybody found the files for this project? So if you can't find them, go to Elena's page. So go to email number day 1, click on the link, go to Elena's page, and it's below. You have to scroll down. It's not on the video. You got to watch the video and scroll down, and there is a block on the left-hand side that you can download the instructions and you can get the files. Obviously not the PNG, but she's going to work on that. So when you sign up to get her envelope, you'll get the PNG file from that if you want to fussy cut it versus print it. So that's where you find it. If you're having any issues, just let us know, but that is where it is. We sent out, Elena does big summits as well. We sent out many emails this morning. For some reason, a few people didn't get it. It just happens. We do our best. We're using software that, we have to use applications and software, and sometimes they just don't do what we want. So we had 35 VIPs for some reason that didn't get an email. It has been fixed, but we don't really know why. So if you don't have an email as well, anybody who doesn't have an email for any reason, there's a lot of links in our email. And so they may end up in spam, even though our other ones don't. Your internet service provider might go way too many links and throw us in spam. Again, something we can't do anything about. So check your spam folders if you don't have them, but it is on Elena's page just below her video. Scroll down and you'll have that as well.
I looked at it. I saw them this morning. So
yeah, it was there.
They are there. And a lot of the technological problems, I think, with email is not caused by the sender of the email. It's caused by how the email is received by your service provider, and people on the back end have no control over that. So
absolutely. Someone else said they found the presentations. They're above the video. They are above the video in the VIP area, not in the daily ones. So in the VIP area, they used to be below and nobody scrolled down and found them. So now we put them above for that exact reason. Because the VIP are like, where are they? I'm like, just scroll down. So now they're above the video. And something we added this year for VIPs is transcripts as well. So the transcripts are above the videos as well. So if you are a VIP and a video has a cutting file, an SVG file, or anything like that, it will be above it. Not all videos do, right? So it just depends on what it is. It is above there. So you can find it there. But that's why that one says above. The other one's not above. She was awesome and I loved her show. I have no idea who that's for. Oh, the show you were talking about way back way on HGTV.
Yes.
Oh, Carol Duvall. Yeah, Carol. Awesome. Carol knows Carol Duvall.
Here's an interesting question that I don't know the answer to. I've never had to. What's the meaning behind Black Sheep 303?
So probably, as you would assume, I am a black sheep. So I did not do what I was supposed to do as a child or as an adult, and as far as my parents were concerned. Not in a bad way, just, they had other ideas about my life and I didn't agree with them. So I was the black sheep of the family. And 303 is one of the area codes for Denver. I wanted to do Black Sheep Creative, and that was already taken. So then I had to go to Black Sheep 303 Creative. And then that was a little bit controversial a couple of years ago because of the Supreme Court, even though I was not involved in that. And so now I've kind of dropped the creative more than, it's still part of the name, but I'm really, my website is blacksheep303.com. So
there you go. Hey, very cool.
Interesting.
You never know. We've always typed it. I've just never asked why. So there you go. Some people have been asking about the electric file. I've already addressed those ones. So Elena's going to get a PDF, not a PDF, but a PNG file. You'll be able to get that when she has time, but it'll be in the download for the card, for the envelope.
Well, it's going to be on the page with where you sign up for the download.
Yes, and it will be in the VIP area once we get it as well. So question, are cards with moving parts your favorite to make?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I don't know. Not necessarily. Like, I really like to do I like to try to do techniques that I, challenge myself with the design to see if I can do it. So, pop-up cards and moving part cards are really fun for that, for sure. But then I also like to do things like, I'm going to go back here for a second. Like I wanted to see if I could sew on a card because I really like the dies that allow you to do that. And so this was for my summit. I did this as a project. So this is an ugly Christmas sweater where you sew the project. So I just like to try things that are like, what's going to challenge me?
I was going to say, you guys, there's a challenge for you to challenge her. Say, have you tried this? And then she can come up. That's kind of cool too. Sometimes when you talk to our designers and our experts, if you plant a seed, you might find that seed come up in the next summit because it's like, oh, that's a really good idea. So planting seeds can always help us know what we're doing. It's how we add things to our summit as well. So definitely planting seeds are good. What software do you use for your SVGs?
I design in Illustrator. So I learned originally in Inkscape, which is a free program. And then I moved over to Illustrator. I did take classes to learn them, and I would recommend that if you're interested in designing your own SVGs. Don't try. I mean, it takes so much time to try to figure it out on your own. Like going through YouTube videos and stuff. I think it's just worth it to just pay for a class that is specifically focusing on designing SVG files in whatever software you're interested in. So you can also design SVGs in Silhouette Studio,
But you can't
Business
resell
Vision. Excuse me. Affinity Design used to have, they've changed. They have a new version now, but you can design in that, which is a little less expensive than Illustrator. I love Illustrator. I've always loved Adobe products. So that's what I do.
But that is what they specialize in, right?
Yeah.
The thing too, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. If you're looking to resell or give it, then you have to be careful with Cricut Design Studio, right? Don't they have?
Well, Cricut Design Studio, you can design your own projects in it, but you have no way to export them out.
Okay.
To save them as an SVG. So like, I never design in there. I just upload my stuff and then use it.
And Silhouette, I think, has a commercial version versus a non-commercial licensing.
Yeah. So the business version, which is, I think it retails for $99, but you can usually get it for less, especially around Black Friday. That is the version. It's their basic version's free. Then they have a designer version and then the business version will allow you to export and save SVGs out of it. So, and it's a one-time fee. Like you don't pay it over and over again. It's just once.
That's good to know. That's not too expensive. Yeah. And then Inkscape. I think that's the one Jav teaches, isn't it? Inkscape. I think.
She usually teaches Affinity Designer.
Affinity Designer. Okay. Yeah. So there's a lot out there, but yes. So yeah, just pick your software, but understand the limitations and the licensing of it. I think is really the big. And Adobe is probably not inexpensive, but
yeah, I mean it's a subscription now, so it's like $30 a month for the whole creative suite. So
does it fit to a normal price?
No, it does not. It's a little bit long. So that is why I have the free bonus envelope with the stocking cutout that you can sign up for my email list and you can get the envelope.
So stinking cute. This is a great card. So cute. We're catching it. Do you have any other slider card SVG files?
I don't. That's my first one. But I will probably
do more.
I will probably have more.
There you go. So I don't know who your name is, but you subscribed 3 times but never received a confirmation email. So check your spam. If you don't have it, send an email to Tracy at scrapbookingfunsummit.com and we will work it out. If you've marked us as spam, you can subscribe as many times as you want, but unfortunately we have to fix that. So if you can send an email to Tracy, if you've unsubscribed or you've typically spam, or if you're bouncing, there's many reasons why you might not be getting it, but check your spam folder first and then send an email to Tracy at scrapbookingfunsummit.com and we will work through it. But yeah, those are just, as Elena said earlier, 90% of the time when you're not receiving emails, it's on your side of the thing and we can only guide you so far. But if there is a typo in email addresses or if you have unsubscribed, we are legally not able to resubscribe you without your permission. And if you've marked us as spam, that's even harder for us to recover. So please don't mark us as spam, ladies. Happens every email we send out. But I think people don't realize that marking somebody as spam means we can't send you the information anymore.
Right.
And I know none of you wonderful ladies who are here or people who are here watching us have marked us as spam, but it happens and we are legally not allowed to resubscribe you. And we are in Canada, and Canada has tighter laws than the US when it comes to this. So we have to follow our legal laws that we have. We do our best, but there is legal laws around email marketing.
And
it's even more tighter.
Because like Canada and the EU and other places have tighter controls, we have to abide by them too.
Exactly. Yeah. So. And EU is the tightest control, but and so most software is designed to that these days. And so we are limited by that. So if you're not getting something, reach out directly email us, and we will do our best to solve it. But there's only so much we can do. Why are you black sheep? We've already talked about that. Where do you find? So the same question, where do you find the files for these projects? If you're not on a VIP, you go to day one, you click on Elena's link. It says watch now under her beautiful image. You click on watch now. You go to the page, you scroll past the video, and it's underneath the video on the left-hand side. And then her envelope to sign up for it is her free, and that is on the right-hand side. They're right underneath her video. So that's where you will find them. If you're not signed up, you won't find them. So please sign up.
There you go.
Do you use your color cube? I did see your color cubes behind
Yes.
you.
I just got them. So I haven't used them yet, but I will definitely be using them. Like my summit was in the early October, and we had a lot of live streams with different panels of people, and everybody like Shelly Ontis and Kelly Russo and Aaron Reed, they were all talking about the color cubes. So when I saw that she was coming out with like new versions, I was like, okay, I got to get them. So I just got them like less than a week ago. So I've looked through them. I have not used them yet, but I definitely will be using them.
There's different versions of that concept, right? Because I've seen a bigger box one where they just pull out one too as well.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Spellbinders has a version, and I don't know who else. There are probably many others.
Yeah, there are different ones, but it's a cool idea. I mean, you can also do it online these days as well, but
True.
Similar. Just got a joy extra from Elena's last class. I'm staring at the box now. It just came though. You haven't been staring at the box for very long.
Well, you got to open it, and you got to make my card project right now.
There you go. Have you found a trimmer that is there a trimmer that you found to be accurate?
Okay, so I have two. I have the Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, the big kahuna. So this is the 12 by 12. This is really accurate for like, as long as you you got to hold this down when you cut it. For like larger, like just sort of straight, squares, rectangles. If you're trying to get like a teeny tiny little slice of something, then I have a Fiskars. It's got the wire on it. So, I would not say this is super accurate, especially since I've had it a long time. And so the wire can kind of bend as you cut with it. But you can get ones that have like like a metal thing that the blade slides on, and so that's going to be much more accurate than a like wire.
Tracy, do you have a recommendation for more accurate or most accurate trimmer?
It's kind of ironic. I have the exact same two trimmers. You just pointed out the exact ones. Now it depends what you're trimming. It always does. Like say the Tim Holtz one, like any of the guillotines bypass trimmers, they're great. They're going to be, I'm going to say more accurate. They're going to cut a nicer line, but you have to want to cut that whole sheet, because somebody like myself will cut, if I've got a 12 by 12, I don't have a good example, I'll cut out like a frame, right? You know what I mean? Like it won't cut, I'll cut inside the sheet.
Right.
So you can't use a guillotine for things like that.
Right.
So it'll really depend. The other one that people do like, and I'm not going to think of their name right now.
That's okay.
Caterpillar.
I was going to say
Caterpillar.
Yeah, like I've heard that one's really good. Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that and again, but it's going to be larger in size. So if you're moving it around, you're not going to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a craft table and that's where you're going to sit, it's perfect for that. But if you're going like myself, I'm packing up every weekend going to a different event. It's not the handiest for that. So you've got to go, okay, what am I doing? Where is it going to be for, right? And you probably have more than one after a while, because I even have a third for my smaller, like the photos and stuff. But it's true. It depends what you're cutting.
It's kind of an essential tool for what you guys do. So here's a specific question for Elena about your list.
Okay, so if you're already subscribed to my email list, you still have to fill out the form on the page to get the envelope, and then you're going to get you're going to get a confirmation email to confirm your subscription. And that has to do with the legal mumbo jumbo we have to go through. So even if you're already subscribed, you still have to confirm again in order to get the email that will send you the link to the bonus envelope.
But you won't get 2 emails going forward. The system.
Right. Yeah. You're only in my system once, and that's automatic too. But just the confirmation email you will get like every time you're signing up for a freebie. And you do have to click the confirmation in that to kick out the automated email with the link to the envelope.
All confusing, the things we have to do.
I know.
I love Elena's cards bring me so much joy. So there you
Thanks,
go.
Janice.
Then you have
all my little detailed pieces.
your little there were more comments on the detail pieces, but they were all the same. Do you have a hard time getting your paper off the Cricut mat? Do you have any tricks, I guess?
I don't. Well, I use the light grip mats, the blue ones. So that has always worked for me. You know, I bend the mat back to bring the in, you know, and pull the paper off as I bend the mat back so the paper doesn't warp as you're pulling it off. If you like, I used to use the standard grip ones, and sometimes those are too sticky and so they can rip the paper. But I also recommend like getting like a spatula that can help you, you know, as you go along, and especially with all my little pieces. Sometimes like having a spatula to just kind of, as you're pulling the mat up, you know, like this, and the paper's like trying to stick, I just use the spatula to kind of, you know, poke at it to get it to remove itself from the mat, if that makes sense, I hope.
It does. Also, what I can see is it could depend, I would say, on the thickness of your cardstock too, right? Because if you're going to have too thin of a cardstock, I can see that being more of a hassle, especially if you're going to be cutting like very intricate and you're trying to pick it off. I can see that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, Elena.
Fine point tweezers helps too. Big
That
fan
makes
of fine point tweezers.
Dorothy, the envelope is part of Elena's free gift, so it doesn't go in the VIP area. You have to go to the free page. We put them in later in the VIP area when the summit is over, but it's part of your free gift, and it's a way of acknowledging and giving and connecting with Elena. So it is in, it's also any of the freebies, by the way, they are on the individual page, but they're also on the Meet the Speaker page, because we want our speakers to get as much exposure to you. So during the 4 days, you can grab any of the free things. So if you go to the Meet the Speaker page and go down to Elena's, you're also able to grab her envelope and her SVG files from there as well. And that doesn't go away in 24 hours. That's there for the full 4 days. So you can grab that, and that gets enough people getting her envelope for you. But as a VIP, because this is the way that Elena gets to know you, it's not in the VIP section per se. Hopefully that makes sense, because it wasn't key to her project either. It's a benefit for the project. So that's where you can get that. I love Elena's cards and her tiny bits. It makes them fun to make, at least for me personally. Let me check in.
Thanks.
I'm catching them.
People like my tiny bits.
Yeah, there you go. Love stitching on a card. That's kind of a cool idea too.
Oh, hey, Susan.
Somebody says the card is still on their to-do list. I guess it's a sweater card.
Ah, okay.
So
that one takes a while, I'll be honest.
Somebody said it's not in spam. Please email us. We can't help you without actual details. So I agree. Always better to unsubscribe than mark spam. We 100% agree. Here's a question. What is a color cube?
So the color cubes are basically like color palettes that have been divided up by a theme. Oh, I'm going to break stuff. So it opens up and it looks like this. And then, so the first theme on this is enchanting landscapes. So what they'll do is they'll give you like a picture, and then they give you the colors from it. It's designed to sort of inspire a color palette for whatever crafty thing you're doing. And so then on the back, it'll give you like the shades for it. And then it gives you a name and a hexadecimal code. So hexadecimal codes are used in like printing and stuff. I use them a lot in Illustrator. So you can get an exact match to the color. And so it's just full of hundreds of those. to give you ideas.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like, oh, like I'm making a spring card, what do I want to do? And you're really stumped, or like, here's autumn. Like Anne, she's got like, I don't know, 50 autumn palettes, but it kind of just sparks some ideas in terms of color palette.
I wonder, it might just give you, like you said, spark some ideas. You might go, okay, I naturally will see these two colors together, but I never thought this would match with
Yeah.
that, right? Like,
And there
So
are
there is
definitely
also,
some funky ones.
There's an online tool now that Canva gives, and you don't need to be a Canva account to get it. I talk about it in my presentation. I just learned about it. Just Google Canva color palette generator, and you can upload your own picture. I show it in my demo there. You can upload your own picture, and it gives you 5 colors for that picture. Adobe used to have a free one. I don't know if they still do. Adobe used to have one where you could move it around and you could actually get the color. You could pick the colors out of a picture. I'm sure they still have it. I'll have to look up the name. I used to use that all the time when I was helping people brand colors. But the Canva one's really easy. I used it. I show a demo of it in a presentation. You just upload it. You don't need a Canva account, and it will pick out the predominant colors. So great for scrapbookers if you're trying to match pictures and do colors. It's a really great way to do that.
Nice.
So that's a Canva one if you don't have that. But the
I like the physicalness of it. So that's why
I think the color cubes are great.
Cubes.
I'm with you on that too, because it just inspires you. But if
and then I can go to like my paper drawer and I can be like, what is the closest paper to these colors if I decide I want to go with this one, kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. They're very cool. But if you want to do one for a specific picture, this tool is really cool. The Canva generator, which is nice that they're putting that for free. Anyone who's having problems with your email, please email Tracy at scrapbookingfunsummit.com. You can do either, but it's easier to remember, scrapbookingfunsummit.com.
Now, I'm just going to throw something in at the moment. If you're emailing me right now, I'm going to reply to you soon. Number one, I'm here with the Q&A. But number two, I think I have to, what do you call it there? Refresh my computer right now because I can't type on an email right now.
That's okay. He's telling you not to do 2 things at once. But if you're having email problems, if you can't get Tracy, you can email Heather at scrapbookingfunsummit.com as well.
I will reply.
My fist trimmer likes to be a measure. Somebody said they bought the Fisker trimmer and it's very frustrating.
I have 3 and 4 too.
There you go.
Somebody's saying she has 3 and 4.
That's the one I've seen before. That's why I thought, is there another one? But that's the one
3 and 4.
Before.
So I have those too. Now,
the big thing with any of the trimmers, whether it's the Fiskars, the Tim Holtz one as well, it doesn't matter what you're using. A lot of them, we have to remember to hold not the blade, but like where the blade goes through, like a little plate. We have to hold that down in place. Thank you for the demo. Okay, because that there stops the paper from moving as well. Whether it's on that, like it's on all of the trimmers. There's,
so as Ruth said,
I just do move the blade, right, or swing it down. I don't hold the paper.
Ruth said, I would love to blame the trimmer, but I suspect it's user error. So that's appropriate, Tracy.
That one with the wire though definitely is like, that can be challenging because like if you even like move your hand at all, it'll totally like bend.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So what is your favorite cardstock?
So I use, this is going to be super boring, I use a whole lot of Recollections from Michaels. 65-pound 176 GSM cardstock from them. That's probably the cardstock I use the most. It doesn't have like all of the bazillion colors that some other just like. I think I love Gina K for like the heavyweight cardstocks, for card bases and cool colors. Concord and Ninth has a really nice line. Spellbinders has a really great line. Encore from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop, their line is called Encore. It is specifically designed for cutting on cutting machines, and they've come out with, it used to just be textured, and now they have like a smooth version and a pearlescent version. So those are fantastic too to work with cutting machines. So that's kind of like my main focus is what's going to cut well. And so those are the ones that I tend to gravitate towards.
Somebody was saying they found white cardstock cuts worse than any other cardstock. don't know if that's what they're buying. Or
I think
don't
that
know.
depends. Yeah, it depends on the cardstock for sure.
Excellent. Someone's asking, where do we find the Meet the Speaker page? At the top of any page, there are 4 big green buttons and an orange button. One of them says Meet the Speaker. That's where you click it. I think it is. I should say that is what it says, but I will check again.
Pretty sure.
I'm sure that's what it said. I'm on too many pages. It says Meet the Speaker and your fun goodie bag. At the top of every page, you click on that. Some pages don't have the orange VIP login button, but that's where you can log in as a VIP. That's where you find it. You have to be registered. If you're not registered, you will not find it. I love the freebies. She has 2 more volumes. We're getting there. We're catching up. Where can you get the color cubes again? I guess you order them online.
I see somebody put it in the comments. It's the woman who makes it is Sarah Renee Clark. You can see her name here.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I see.
And it is somebody's ringing. And it's SarahReneeClark.com.
Use my phone from ringing. For sewing machine. Oops, it's coming. It's not showing. There we go. It doesn't want to show this comment. There we go. For sewing machine or cardstock, to use a handheld sewing machine or a full-size sewing machine?
I don't sew using a machine.
Or do you do it by hand is the next question.
By hand. Manually. So that's how I did this. And I was inspired by like the Spellbinders has like a whole line of stitching dies that are, super detailed and really cool. But I wanted to see, could I do that on a card? So sewn by hand.
And you did it.
You can sew on cardstock. I know that was a trend for a while. And I think you can just use a regular sewing machine for that.
I know I have a couple clients and I'll see them at like a crop and that with their sewing machines, and I can't tell you the details of what they're using.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about needles and that. I'm like, I don't know. And I can find out. And it's amazing some of the work.
Yeah. I used to have like a little mini sewing machine that was like specifically for that, but I didn't really use it, unfortunately. I'm like a by hand person.
You must use a fairly fine point needle when you're doing it by hand, or
it's an embroidery needle.
Okay.
So I guess. I don't know. Not an expert on the needles, unfortunately.
The details in your sweater card were phenomenal. So there you go.
Oh, thanks. Hey, Ruth.
It is a fun one. Any other questions for Elena? I have a mini sewing machine just for scrapbooking pages and cards.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know they had mini sewing machines. I mean, I think I knew, but haven't used any of them.
Right.
Sewing on paper is neat. It fills the needle. It flattens the needle. Yeah. So that makes sense because you're going through something harder than us fabric. So any other questions for Elena? And for if you're a VIP, Elena's participating in, I know you're doing the panel on cutting machines.
Yep. I have a few, as you can see here.
I have a few. So for those who aren't VIPs, we're doing panels now, and our panels are in the VIP area. We're going to be on Zoom, so you can ask as many questions. We already have questions submitted about cutting machines, so we will have some good questions. We also have somebody in our circle. So Tracy and I run the Scrapbooking Fun Circle. It is our membership. Elena is our guest this month in the circle. We get lots of Elena this month. And we had someone in there who was like, oh, I can't wait for the cutting machine one. She's going to come loaded with comments for you. She's already bought your VIP, and she's like, come and loaded. So.
Oh, no. I'm not really doing a whole lot of cutting machine in that one, but...
Did we ask this one already? No, we asked it. Somebody's been asking this both times. Susan's got good questions in there. If you could be any craft supply, which one would you want to be and why?
Susan, you always have like the funkiest questions. Oh, boy, if I could be any craft supply. That is
Do you
really
want to be
hard.
one that's used all the time or not? That's what's coming in my head.
I was going to say, Belinda answered it really quick when she was asked it. So.
Maybe I'd want to be a color cube. No, I'm just like, so it's like, well, glue would be like super practical and like used all the time. But then I always lean towards like colorful stuff. So I would probably want to be like markers or, but it'd have to be more than one. Like I couldn't just be one marker. That would
then maybe the color cube is good. The color cube
Yeah,
is
so
good.
maybe color cube is good because there's so many colors in it. I'm breaking
Or a
it
color wheel. Color wheel would be a good one too.
Yeah, something like that.
You get
Probably.
to spin it and you be something different every day. So
There you go. Inspire people.
Inspire people.
Yeah.
Okay. You never know. The tools that we have. Hardly use.
Yeah. What would you want to be, Susan? I want to know that.
Yeah, Susan, you're going to throw it back at you.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Someone said they never thought about using my embroider machine. Thank you for the new craft. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Susan wants to be the piece of paper you can't use because it's too beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Good answer, Susan. Very good answer.
Good one. I have a lot of those in a file over behind us. That's for 20-year-old paper that I've just never used because it's so pretty and I just can't use it.
I don't know if I understand this question. Maybe you guys do. Which actual page or email has the 4 buttons, including Meet the Speaker? It's at the very top of every page. So at every page in the summit, you go to the live pages. So go from day 1. It's at the very top of all of the pages. So you have to be registered for the summit, number 1. It's not in the VIP area, number 2. This is at the top of the pages.
If you're on mobile, does it show? Or
yeah,
does it go
it'll be like 3 big buttons at the top because they aren't. It's not a menu.
Okay.
So if you're even on mobile, it may look like 3 selections and not like a line, but it's at the very top of each page. So it will be there. Like I said, if you have any issues, but it's there for sure on each page. And you can get it from the welcome page. If you go to the welcome page, scroll down, it says meet our speakers, collect your goodies. That's there on the welcome page as well. So there's many places you can get to it. You just got to keep hunting for them. So Susan's laughing. There you go. We have a couple more minutes before we come. Our next speaker is with our sponsor. So Pear Blossom Press is with us next in 10 minutes. And we have some more each day. If you're VIP, you get to come to Elena again and learn more. And if you're part of the Scrapbooking Fun Circle, you even get more Elena. So it's a great component at that. And then for those who don't know, the Scrapbooking Fun Circle is our membership. So we have a membership where we do once a month. We craft together at least once a week. We have experts like Elena coming in once a month. And we also have a theme for every month. And so theme this month, we got a little creative. It's called fall, but it can be like fall the season or falling in love or falling off your chair or falling after a frog. Just ask Tracy about that one. Fall can be interpreted many different ways. And so that's what our membership is. And Elena's going to do that. And if you're a VIP, you have a month free in our membership. So come and play and see what it's like with an ongoing discount afterwards. So come and we will talk more about that as the week goes on, but it's a great place to come and play with us. So thank you, Elena, so much for participating. You are very popular. We love our popular speakers who come back. Where in Canada are you? They always give a question up list. Tracy and I live in Ottawa, Canada. Tracy runs a virtual scrapbooking store. So if you're in Canada and you want to get your scrapbooking supplies, Tracy's a great place to look. Just to help you. She deals with all of the bringing it in the country and you buy it from her. So she's a great place to work from that. She loves to go and find something unusual and special. So if they've been looking for something and you can't find it, Tracy's likely you're gonna give her like a bee in the bonnet and she's gonna go look for it if she can. So she is loves to do that. So if you're in Canada, but Tracy and I live on the other side of a forest. She's over there, I'm over there, wherever it works. We don't see each other face to face very often, but we really are not that far away from each other. But the beauty of working online gives us lots of opportunities. We talk a lot, but we don't actually see ourselves face to face very often. So that is where we are. But if you're looking for scrapbooking supplies and you're Canadian, Tracy is a great resource for you. So thank you, Elena. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, thank you. We see you next week, though,
Yes,
as Heather
indeed.
was saying, in the circle, in our Scrapbooking Fun Circle. So
and our VIP panel. We see Elena a lot, so that's all good.
That's true.
I was putting it on my own embroidery machine. So thank you, everybody. I still can't find instructions. If you can't find something, please email us. We will do our best. The instructions are right under the video. There's this block that says download instructions. It's the same for every single person. If you can't find that, maybe you're not registered. I don't really know. The instructions in the VIP, they're a section by themselves. So you have welcome in the VIP, and then you have download instructions. They're under supply book and instructions. They're separate from where the videos are. There are 4 or 5 modules in the VIP area. So other than that, just email us and we'll do our best to help you. We will be back in 10 minutes with Pear Blossom Press. And
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for those guys who are live and for asking questions. It makes the lives so much better when we have questions. And Elena, thank you again for being part of the
Thanks for
summit.
having me. Thanks, everybody. Have fun at the rest of the
Bye.
summer. I'll see you.